the hell are you gonna bring that in here?
Well, we're gonna try to tie these branches back, and the machine's got collapsible tracks.
What does he do? He goes right through the side of the house. And what he told me he was gonna do, I didn't believe it. He just went boom. It didn't hurt anything. It wasn't just that he was so close to the fence or so close to the house. He was a ½ inch away from the meter, and that's where all the power's coming in. Didn't touch a thing, didn't hurt a thing. Okay. Look at the bottom of that window right there.
Yeah.
Crack in the foundation. Another one right there. Is that a clay weeper? Yeah?
We found 0 gravel on the weeper. So with this fine sand and no gravel, that's worst-case scenario, too.
Well, that means one good thing. The sandy soil is going to give great drainage, but it's going to block the weeper.
Yeah. Well, what happens with the old clay weeping tile system is these terracotta tiles, they just sit right beside each other. There might be a ½ centimeter gap in between them. So you take a fine granular sand like this, and it's just gonna filter its way through there. The sediment's gonna fill right up, and then the weeping tile doesn't drain as fast as it did.
So you're gonna assume the weeper's not even working?
Yeah, it's not, I wouldn't make a new connection to any lines if this weeper's not doing its job.
So if I get Martin to come in here and run, just to scope it down, just to see if roots are in it already, that's not a bad idea.
Video camera will tell us exactly what we're up against. So far, actually, the weeping tile is in a pretty good condition. Up until that point. I'm at 41 feet and I have actually a large offset in a clay pipe. It's at the joint. The water was seeping into the ground and the stability of the pipe was compromised, creating a large gap and opening, obviously allowing some of that water to escape out of that weeping tile and perhaps impacting the wall. That's why we have issues in the basement. And this locator will actually tell me where the head of the camera is located with a reference to the house. It will tell me the exact location and the depth. It's actually pinpointing a signal right here where the signal is most powerful, and I'm getting a depth of just under 5 feet. And considering that we need to obviously expose this entire side wall and waterproof it, this will be ideal time to rectify this problem as well as any other deficiencies that we come across.
Demo day is actually fun day. This is the day that we get to wreck things. I mean, who doesn't like wrecking things?
Hey, boys!
I've got another one.
You really got to know what you're doing. You have to know what's behind walls. You just don't go in smashing things because someone, A, can get hurt. You can actually screw something up and have to fix something else. But they've been doing this long enough. They know what they're doing.
One thing they should have never missed.
I just found a massive hole in the wall. And this is definitely below grade. Yeah, it's moist in there. Okay. Now, this is what I don't like about some of the common building practices that are still in use today. Making holes in your outside cinder block wall to fit a plug. Now, if they had used a proper 2x4 wall here, getting their proper R value, they wouldn't have had the issue with going into the block. So we know they've strapped this wall, which means they've strapped the rest of the walls here, which means they've created holes for their electrical boxes everywhere.
After further investigation of the house, I got to tell you, the two big boys beside them were not entirely at fault for the problems. I mean, I found holes in the foundation, cracks right down to the floor. I even found a clear hole that I could see through. And this is just the beginning. There's more.
The guy put foil tape around this one so it can conduct better. This is the proper way to make a fire. This guy must have been to some kind of organization where they taught him how to make fire with aluminum.
That's not this one.
No, so I didn't like that. I don't like that.
I guess not.
So, quick question.
Yes?
Do you think we should take down the ceiling?
Why should we drop the ceiling, Mr. Bennett?
I know why we have to drop the ceiling, but it's the electrical.
What about HVAC?
That too, because we don't know how they tied this in.
We don't have a register over the window. We don't have a register over the window.
That's
we have
a
a
good
register
point.
in the middle of the room. Drop the ceiling.
That means 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms of dropping the ceiling, if you want to look at HVAC.
There is no register here. And one register by the ceiling.
And look at this. This was hidden in the ceiling too, Mike. That was in the bulkhead, closed, no access panel to that, okay?
Brilliant.
I know.
How do you shut the water off? You don't.
So we're going the full meat and potatoes here. We're dropping the ceiling through 4 areas.
At this point, do these just here, right?
So don't go.
Depending on what we find in here, will tell us about that room. I think sometimes people are just under the assumption Mike's coming in, he's gonna rip everything apart, he's gonna make the whole house new again. Look, there's a couple of reasons. One, I don't want to keep the family out of the house. 2, if it's not broke, I'm not gonna fix it, right? I fix what's broke. I'm here to make it right. If the basement needs to be replaced, I'm gonna fix it. That's it.
As homes transfer from owner to owner over the years and people hire landscapers, a lot of times the grade gets built up.
That's exactly what they've done. This used to be a lower grade, and that brick should never be underground.
It takes the moisture in, it goes into the frost cycle, and it starts the spalling process, which we can see now, the face of the brick.
You're supposed to have 8 inches, minimum 6, but 8 inches of foundation above grade. So we have 2 rows of brick below grade.
We are gonna put a coating over the brick, and then we're gonna put our waterproofing membranes over the parge coating, so we'll have it from grade level down to the footing like it's supposed to be.
The first step in repairing the foundation is to grind out those cracks and expand the holes. Then when we put in the hydraulic cement, it actually gets right in there. When it dries, it expands to a closed area. We then install a multi-layer membrane system right from the footings right up just above grade. Now, the good thing about this, it remains flexible in movement. At the same time, it keeps it watertight. All of this is then covered with a dimpled membrane product. Not only does this protect the coating, it also stops the water from coming in.
Clay weeping tile is very common on this age of the house. This house is at least 60 years old. Problem was they didn't use the right building materials back then. They just didn't know. They didn't use a gravel bed around it to let water drain but not have the earth compacted. So when you see broken clay underground, good indication it's just the weight of the earth. Over the years, there could have been a small hairline crack going down the middle of that when they first installed it, and just the weight of the earth over the years, compressing and compacting, will crush that tile. They're doing window wells, but not only are they doing window wells, they're doing vertical tees, meaning that they have their weeping system going around the house, but anytime there's a window well, they're gonna put a vertical. This place isn't leaking for a long time.